Welcome to The Topic. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live streaming to you from Houston Community College, the HCC TV studios. Welcome, Facebook Live. We've got a great show lined up for you. This, of course, is a program which highlights Houston Community College, our students, our programs, our reach into the community. And this next half hour or so, we're going to be talking the hospitality industry. I'm joined right now by Clemens Averbeck, and you are with the program. You're the program coordinator with HCC's Hospitality Industry. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Todd, for having me. And yes, I'm the program coordinator at the hospitality program at the HCC.
What does the hospitality industry entail? We know restaurants, hotels, but it seems like so much more.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's actually probably the second largest industry in the United States because it entails restaurants, it entails hotels, it entails the gambling industry, travel and tourism. So besides, I think, what is it, manufacturing? We are the largest employer in the country as an industry.
Now, HCC is here to answer the demands of the industry. The industry is growing in the Houston area, as with the rest of the country. Tell me about their levels of certification. Are there two-year degrees? Are there programs that lead to more? Tell me about those.
Okay, so in our program, the Hospitality Administration program, we offer actually one, we call it an award, so an AAS award, which takes about 2 years to earn that award. And basically is, how can I say that the title would be then an AAS degree in hospitality administration.
A 2-year degree.
That's a 2-year degree. And we're also offering 2 certificates. They are a 1-year degree. And the difference between an AAS program and a certificate program is that an AAS program not only covers offers courses that are related to the hospitality industry, right, so hotel management, restaurant management, etc., but also is comprised of what we call the core curriculum. So students also have to take courses in composition, history, algebra, and to get a more holistic education, right, compared to a certificate level program where students only taking courses that are related to the workforce directly.
What type of jobs are we talking about once you go through the 2-year program? And you mentioned 2-year. Is there an option to transfer to a 4-year partner?
Absolutely. And I think that is one of the reasons why many of our students actually enroll into the hospitality program at HCC, because most of the courses that we are offering are transferable. Right. That means a student takes courses at HCC, but the credits then can be transferred to the University of Houston that also offer a hospitality program, but with a bachelor's degree.
Okay, so you can get on and move on to a bachelor's degree, yes, to the 4-year degree. You know, when I, many years ago, when I was going to the University of Houston, they're known for their hospitality program, at least back in the 80s. And I had friends I met in the dorms who moved here from all around the country just to go to that. Obviously, it's a growing industry. It was back in the 80s, and now with Houston growing, it just seems like restaurants are popping up everywhere, hotels are going, and you need to have people working in those positions, right?
Well, Todd, you are a little bit behind because at that day, in these days, people were here or came to us from all around the country. Right. Now they come from across all around the world.
Absolutely.
So I have students in my classroom, I think from any country
sure.
on this planet.
Well, HCC is known for our international student body. In fact, we have the largest one in the country for a college.
Absolutely.
With the number of international students. A lot of students are coming in from internationally to study in hospitality because it's a booming industry?
It is because it's a booming industry, and it's an industry that offers tremendous opportunities.
It does, but it's also hard work, too, from what I understand. It's an industry where, as anything you get into, if you want to succeed, it's a lot of hard work, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur, open your own restaurant, or things along those lines.
Well, that's true, but in how many other industries do you have the opportunity to become an entrepreneur?
Right, yeah. This is definitely one of them.
Yeah, definitely. There is hard work involved. I wouldn't say that it is a hard work. It is more the unusual work hours. So you have to be there for the guests on the weekends. You have to be there late night. You have to be there early in the morning. So it's different than a 9-to-5 job. So I think that's the biggest distinction.
Well, yeah, you're getting used to working a different schedule. You're
Right.
working a lot of evenings and weekends, as you mentioned. But it's a growing field, you know.
Absolutely.
And it's certainly job security if you get into it. What's the biggest misconception for a student that's coming into you that you think you have to deal with when you talk with a new student?
I think the biggest misconception might be that this is some sort of a routine job where you can get into a certain routine, but especially working in the hospitality industry, you need to be a certain type of person.
Right.
You have to embrace other people. You have to love to work with other people, and not only with other people, but for other people. We are a service industry. And if you are not this particular type of person, then there are industries, other industries that treat you better.
You need to be a people
You
person.
need to be a people person, but this is also what then leads to job security.
Right.
Because if you are successful in the hospitality industry, if you love people, if you love working with people and can deal with people, this is a job that can never be replaced by a robot.
You know, we've got to mention something, which I'm sure a name you're very familiar with, a very famous graduate of our program, went through the culinary school, Hugo Ortega, certainly a model for some of our students. And do you find students coming in that have models they want to replicate, or somebody they really admire and want to take their journey?
I think that applies to students in the culinary department. We have some of our courses are being shared with students from a culinary arts department, and they striving to become a recognized chef. Absolutely.
Sure.
While in the hospitality industry, the goals of our students lie a little bit more different. I would say they try to move on in the hierarchy to become hotel manager, some sort of, or general manager. Many of them are looking to see the world. They want to travel, work in other places, because this type of work can be national or can also lead you to international destinations.
Right.
So there's a little bit difference in culture within different areas within the hospitality industry. So different levels of motivation.
You mentioned something about becoming maybe a hotel manager. You know, you notice all over these boutique hotels that are popping up everywhere. How has that transformed your industry?
Well, the industry at the moment undergoes, well, not even at the moment, like always, undergoes another transformation. So we are facing competitors that, like Airbnb, the largest hotel chain in the world, that doesn't own a single bedroom. Now we see the demand for more individual hotels, boutique hotels.
Right.
There's an increase of guests to be recognized more as an individual. So 15, 20 years ago, guests would book in hotels that in certain brands,
Right.
because they were looking for a certain standard, a continuous standard that they would experience wherever they went, as long as they stayed within a brand hotel. And today we see a more diverse and diversification, so a breakdown of larger chains into smaller chains in order to offer hotels to a more segmented type of our customers.
Well, it's certainly a changing industry, but growing, as we've been mentioning. We're going to be back talking more about the hospitality industry. We'll have more on the sector of industry coming up on The Topic, live on Facebook. Welcome to the show. We'll be back after this.
Meet Travion. His mom went to Houston Community College, so choosing that was easy. Choosing what to study from more than 100 instructional fields? Not so much. HCC, for everyone, anytime.
I don't know an industry today that doesn't rely on some amount of coding to run their business. Coding is the 21st century equivalent of the English language. And our particular flavor of this is the iOS Coding and Design School. And Apple's been very supportive and in fact joined with us to roll out the start of this Swift programming initiative. So it's a great opportunity to combine creativity with science and technology, contributing to this app economy.
Meet Wally. He's a single dad. He's also a role model for his 5-year-old son, going back to school with him. This time, Wally's going to Houston Community College for a second career. HCC, for everyone, anytime.
Welcome back to The Topic, live on Facebook. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're highlighting the hospitality industry and our programs in hospitality at Houston Community College. I've been speaking with Clemens Averbeck he's the program coordinator with the Hospitality Administration here at HCC. And we're joined now by Ms. Guadalupe Bravo-Perez, and you're the Assistant HR Director for the Intercontinental Hotel Medical Center. Thanks for being here on The Topic.
Thank you for having me.
Now, HCC always answers the demand of the industry. How are you guys at Intercontinental Hotel brought on board with HCC to start working with us to provide students and I guess a pipeline to serving you guys?
Perfect. Well, I've been a member of the Hospitality Advisory Board here at the Houston Community College, and we're always attending career fairs and networking with different professors to not only get the brand out there and for exposure, but talk to the students about the career growth and the possibility that they have in this industry. Hospitality is growing, especially in Houston. We have over 80,000 hotel rooms, and more are still coming. So we want to make sure that we are working with institutions like the Houston Community College to get the next group of employees set for success.
Now, let's talk about those 80,000 hotel rooms and growing. So we've got more visitors to Houston. What's the profile of a typical Houston visitor? Are they here for conventions? Do they come here to vacation? Is it a foodie destination? What is it all about?
Actually, it's a mixture of all. We are a very diverse city ethnically. So many languages are spoken here. We are a very touristic city. We have the medical center. We have the museum district. NASA. So we have visitors from all around the world coming, but we also have a very large convention space here with over 4,000 square feet of convention space in order to accommodate for big events like we have the Final Four or the Super Bowl. We want to make sure that we have those rooms available to be able to suffice all of the visitors that are coming to Houston.
Clemens, how important is it to you for your program to have these strong ties with industry partners where you can have a pipeline to send students?
It is absolutely important because having a strong relation to the industry that helps us to find for students to find a job. So it's an interaction between what we are doing, we're providing the education, while the industry provides the practical experience, and then both together then helps our students to grow in the industry, to move up on the career ladder. So without having an education, it takes just longer to climb on that ladder. Without having the practical experience, it's the same. You need both. And we providing that by working together.
And I would imagine as industry's changing and their demands are changing, our curriculum would change as well. So that's one thing you would learn as well, correct?
Absolutely. And I'm very proud to announce here on the air that we're actually working on a new program that caters exactly to what Guadalupe was talking about, because we are going to offer a new certificate, hopefully as of next year, for event planning and conference and event planning, which ties exactly into what what the industry is looking for, because we have so many events, conferences, conventions, and we are offering a program that then educates our students to do this particular type of job. This is a segment of the
Right.
hospitality industry.
And I guess that is a growing segment. As I can speak from the communications standpoint, event planning here at HCC Communications is huge because we have a lot of ribbon cuttings and ceremonies, and there are certain folks who make sure everything runs right. And now you've got a program that addresses that, correct?
Oh, yes, and we're very excited to know that that's forthcoming,
Right.
especially with events and conventions. You know, when there is a low season here in Houston, we have that meeting space, those convention areas where we can now concentrate our workforce to bring in and assist with the economy here in Houston.
You know, earlier we kind of touched briefly on the subject, and I want to bring this up to you because I think it really blossoms into a wider subject, but the Airbnb, and how is that changing your industry and how you have to look in catering to customers?
Oh, yes. Nowadays, with the Airbnbs, you know, we have a different dynamic of guests that their expectations are not just your normal hotels or motels, but they're looking for cater services. So they
Right.
want to come to a hotel and have an experience, not just have a one night, you know, event or, you know, just be here for a few days, but take something back, be able to experience the city while they're here for business or if it is for leisure.
Sounds like a little bit more along the lines of offering concierge to everybody, you know, really specialized concierge benefits.
Yes, definitely. And now with hotels nowadays, we've been seeing a lot of trends of luxury brands coming into the brands, but also those luxury boutique hotels.
Yeah.
Especially in the downtown area, because they're marketing to a different type of clientele that they were, you know, 10 years ago.
And I'll ask both of you this. When you have job fairs, what positions are you looking for immediately, especially for students who are coming out of, say, HCC?
Okay. Coming out, of course, we want to make sure that we're working with the students in making them successful. We want to always promote them to be managers, you know, hotel managers as well, but we also do teach them that sometimes it's about getting your foot in the door. You
Yeah.
know, sometimes
Yep.
you have to start out, you know, at a front desk agent in order to be that assistant director of rooms that you hope to be. We want to make sure that we're giving you all the tools to make you successful. So once you go into this management role, you can say, well, you know, this is how I did it when I was an agent, and share that knowledge with others.
And Clemens, you kind of touched on this earlier. Maybe that's one of the misconceptions. Students think they're going to immediately go out and go to work as a manager, but you really do need, as Ms. Bravo-Perez was saying, you really do need to get that start somewhere, get your foot in the door, and then work your way up.
Yes. And you need to have an education. The world is coming to Houston, so you need to know something about the world in order to welcome the customers that are coming from different backgrounds, different cultures, having different expectations. Many of our visitors have seen the world. So we also need to have then a workforce that understands the world. And you do that by sitting in a classroom and learn something from instructors that coming from also all around the world. You can tell by my accent, I wasn't born and raised in Texas.
Oh, I thought you were from Lufkin. I was going to say Lufkin.
Nacogdoches. But no, so I bring a different perspective into the classroom. And so does, not into the classroom, but as an advisory board member, so does Guadalupe helping us to understand what the industry needs. So it's this close connection and interaction that we have, and that also then translates over to our students. Yes, you still can start working in the hospitality industry and work your way up, but it takes forever.
Sure.
If you get an education, you can accelerate that process to move up faster.
More of a structured path, and you guys help them getting there by picking the right students and guiding them along the way.
Correct.
Guadalupe Bravo-Perez, Assistant HR Director from Intercontinental Hotel Medical Center. Thanks for being here with us on the topic. Clemens, you're going to stick around for another segment.
I will.
We're going to hear from a student's perspective. You're watching The Topic live on Facebook Live. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we'll be back right after this.
This is Ronik. She's a mom with a physics degree, so she understands the power of momentum. And she knows that by learning English at Houston Community College, she'll be unstoppable. HCC, for everyone, anytime.
I've seen people's lives change just by attending a class at HCC.
Some of them might not have the financial means to go to a four-year university. That doesn't make them any less quote-unquote smart than the kids who go to a four-year school.
HCC is easy to get to. It's easy to apply and easy to become a part of.
It gave me so much confidence.
Once you finish your 2 years there, you can transition into a four-year university or go into the workforce.
It's affordable, it's accessible, it changes lives.
We have academic programs that help students get from high school into a university, and the data is very clear that students that take the path of a community college finish in far higher numbers than students that start straight into a university experience. Our students can achieve a baccalaureate degree in multiple fields from the universities in the area without ever leaving Houston Community College.
This is Daniel. On his way to becoming a rock star, he got burned, literally. So he changed his tune and his career, and he's starting at Houston Community College. HCC, for everyone, anytime.
Welcome back to The Topic. We're live on Facebook today with our show, which features Houston Community College, our students, our programs, our reach out to into the community. We're talking the industry demands of the hospitality industry in Houston and how HCC answers to that. We're joined by Clemens Averbeck. He is from the HCC Hospitality Program. And right now we're joined by Desmond Gardner, HCC Hospitality student, and he's just arrived because you just got out of class.
Yes, sir.
And made it over here. Thanks for being here on The Topic.
Thanks for having me.
What class were you just in?
I was in contemporary mathematics.
And how's that going for you this semester?
It's going pretty well.
So are you, what year are you right now at HCC?
This is my sophomore year.
Your sophomore year.
Yes, sir. I'll be finished next semester in the spring.
So I imagine the mathematics is part of your core curriculum of what you're getting?
Right. That's your basics you have to take.
Let's talk about the hospitality program, what classes you're taking right now, and really what was your draw to your interest in drawing to the hospitality program?
This semester I'm taking contemporary mathematics. I am taking microeconomics. I am taking my hospitality class, which covers marketing. And those are the three classes I'm taking this semester. What drew me to this program was when I first visited the campus, all my questions were answered. Any concerns that I had, were covered, and the support that I received along the way.
And you're taking most of your classes, I imagine, over at Central, the Central campus?
Yes, sir. Central is close in proximity to where I live, and so it's less than 5-minute drive. So.
What are your ultimate goals in the hospitality industry? Where would you like to go in a few years as you get out and start working?
My ultimate goal is we had a recruiter from the University of Houston campus come visit our class, and it showed different career paths that you can take in hospitality. And I formed a decision to go into revenue management. And so that is my ultimate goal, to seek a career in revenue management and to transfer to University of Houston once I complete here at HCC.
And Clemens, Desmond, looking to get into revenue management. Is that something that many of your students are looking to get into, or is that unique, or is this a typical path that a lot of students will go?
No, it's not unique at all, because when you look at our curriculum, the courses that we are offering, so he's attending this marketing and sales. We are offering supervision in the hospitality industry, which basically is HR. So we need all these people working in our industry. We need to have accountants, we need to have HR professionals, we need engineers. everything.
You don't really think about that when you think hospitality. People think hotel, restaurant management, service part of it, but you don't think the behind the scenes operations, the numbers guy, and that's what you're going to look into doing, I guess, huh?
Right, correct. Even in the program like accounting, I took accounting last semester. I took management. So the program, it covers a variety of subjects that, you really wouldn't think that would tie to hospitality. So, management, accounting, microeconomics, and human resources management. So it covers a lot to where it exposes you to different avenues that you can take, within hospitality.
And you mentioned something earlier, which is a big key word nowadays in education, but pathways. And you were able to look at transferring into U of H, and they could show you a pathway. And I know HCC works on that as well. Clemens, how important is it establishing pathways so students like Desmond can see where they can go from here once you get that 2-year degree, and how easy it is to transfer somewhere else?
I think it is more important than ever, because many students nowadays, they are forced to make the decision, or they were used to forced to make decisions at an early age, and many of the career decisions they often made prove to be wrong. So now you can take classes in order to earn a certificate level award, move on to add another year of studies, and then you have an AAS degree. You graduate with an ADS degree and then move over to the University of Houston, spend there another 2 years in order to get a bachelor's degree. You can enroll into a university to get a master's degree, PhD. So there are no limits anymore. It's open-ended. All our programs that we are offering are stackable. That means the credits that you earn in our classes, in our courses, you can transfer them to other institutions of higher education. So there's no limit in your career anymore.
Which is a big switch from 20, 30 years ago when we took about an extra semester and a half of classes we didn't need, just on our way towards a degree. And I imagine coming to HCC has saved you a lot as opposed to going to a traditional 4-year university for the full time.
Yeah, to be honest, I was kind of nervous because I had been out of school for a while, and I said I just wanted to get, the basic foundation before I moved on to a major university.
Right.
So yeah, it has helped me and helped me groom to prepare myself for the next level.
We're talking with Desmond Gardner. He is a HCC hospitality student. Thank you for being on the topic today and joining us from your class and taking the time out. And also Clemens Averbeck, the assistant or the program coordinator from hospitality program at HCC. Thank you for joining us. We hope you learned something today. Make sure you join us next time on the topic. Thanks for being here, Facebook Live. I'll see you next time.